New to Newgate for the 2021 season is the Hawks racing trained North Pacific. A son of Brazen Beau, a grandson of I Am Invincible, North Pacific was one of the elite racehorses of his generation. His only defeat as a 2-year-old came at the hands of Golden Slipper winner Farnan.
North Pacific went straight on by. North Pacific is roaring clear for a most impressive win. North Pacific really scooped them up and won impressively.
To win as a 2-year-old, which we've done that, we've ticked that box as well, and look, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. He's a lovely colt.
He comes to the outside, North Pacific. He's the real deal, the Brazen Beau colt.
Executes brilliantly and wins like that. Oozes a lot of class. He put him away with a bit of ease.
And as a 3-year-old, he consistently ran Group 1 class speed figures, cemented with his head up, head down defeat by Ole Kirk in the Group 1 Golden Rose.
Here they come, Ole Kirk and North Pacific the outside. Ole Kirk, North Pacific, stride for stride for stride, the final furlong.
They've streeted the rest, and we've always had two really good colts on our hands, and we tried to separate them.
While his counterparts retire at much higher fees than North Pacific, his $20,000 plus GST introductory fee offers an incredible amount of upside. With sail-topping good looks himself, near black in colour and perfect in his muscle and motion, North Pacific is sure to get types on the ground that breeders are proud to present at auction. Being Danehill free too, North Pacific is very easy to match with your mares, and as a result, we are grateful to report that he is booked out in his freshman year. John Hawkes labelled him the Beast. Have a look at him. On the back of his full first season book of 177 mares, Brutal is set to cover his second season at Newgate in 2021. A strong foundation has been set for our young son of O'Reilly, who made history in winning Sydney's time-honoured feature, the Group 1 Doncaster Handicap, as a 3-year-old at just his 7th start. The speed required to lead that race from pillar to post was again on show from Brutal the following spring, when he defeated future Everest winner Classique Legend over the same course and distance as the richest race on turf. That was in the 1200 metre Group 2 Premier Stakes at Randwick. The stage is now set for Brutal to carry his exploits over into the breeding barn, and we don't think you will have to wait long to recognise his success. A terrific outcross option, nearly half of Brutal's first crop book are out of mares by leading Australian 2-year-old sires, topped by 11 mares by each of Redoute Choice, Snitzel and Not a Single Doubt. Breeders using Brutal in his second season have the benefit of following the path that has been paved for them. John Hawkes labelled him the Beast. Have a look at him. Brutal will get physicals, he will get racehorses, and he offers so much bang for buck at his 2021 fee of $25,000 plus GST. Last year we ended our Capitalist preview with Capitalist is set to cover another big book this season at his COVID-reduced fee of $40,000 plus GST. Watch this space. No excuses. Question: are there many other stallions standing at $40,000 this season that could be selling $1 million yearlings in 2.5 years' time? 12 months later, and Capitalist is everything we hoped he would be and more. He has sired a Group 1 winner in Captivant in his first crop.
From Captivant Halal, they're both giving serious chase. It's Converge being tackled by Captivant. Halal the outside, Captivant a neck up on Halal, and Captivant won the champagne.
He has sired 11 stakes performers with his first 2-year-olds. No Australian first season sire in history has sired more.
But it's Profiteer will clear the Capitalist colt. In fact, he's extending. What a superstar. Profiteer winning the English Millennium in a romp.
21 individual first crop winners, 4 stakes winners, $2 million plus yearlings, and over $3 million in progeny earnings make Capitalist not only the leading first season sire by winners, but responsible for one of the most successful debut crops in Australian history. His fee has been adjusted to $90,000 plus GST in 2021, and he is fully booked once again. We thank his shareholders and all the breeders who supported Capitalist for setting up his sensational start. We are confident there are many more success stories to come for our young Golden Slipper winner. Watch this space. No excuses. Cosmic Force, the Slipper says so. Capitalist, Extreme Choice and Flying Artie all-side first crop Group 1 winners this season, and they sit atop the champion first season sires table by prize money earnings as a result. All three have one race in common, the Group 1 Golden Slipper, where they started as the top 3 favourites in betting. The bookies predicted their future stallion success. Cosmic Force is the latest slipper contender to retire to Newgate just last season, and he was met with the fantastic support of 146 mares. But Cosmic Force was not just any slipper runner. He possessed rare 2-year-old speed that saw him win the Pago Group 3 by over 7 lengths, the largest winning margin by a 2-year-old in a group race this millennium. And as a result, he started favourite in the stallion-making Group 1 Golden Slipper. With his first foals due this spring, breeders are expecting quality. One of the highest priced yearlings by Deepfield of his year, Cosmic Force has let down into one of the most magnificent stallions in the Hunter Valley. Cosmic Force's $15,000 plus GST service fee makes him affordable for all breeders. And when you take into account the potential upswing generated by his first crop 2-year-olds, he is a smart part of any commercial breeding strategy in 2021. The slipper says so. Deepfield this season entered the top 10 stallion ranks of Australia, which is an exceptional achievement given his oldest racing crop have just completed their 4-year-old season. The 2021 racing season was special too, in that it produced Deepfield's first Group 1 winner, with Portland Sky claiming the Oakley plate for his trainer Matt Laurie. In Hong Kong, new benchmarks were set too. Deepfield's 10 winners and $33 million in prize money, cementing his place in the top 5 sires on both measures in this important racehorse trading jurisdiction for Australia. His progeny in Hong Kong were highlighted by Group 1 placed in Group 3 Premier Cup winner Sky Field, who is one of 7 stakes winners for Deepfield worldwide this season. His consistently good racetrack results were matched by his exploits in the sale ring once again. Deepfield is Mr. Dependable when it comes to siring gallopers and good sorts. His yearlings this year averaging $150,000 all told, and his colts selling up to $700,000, while his fillies sold up to $520,000. Having started off a $20,000 stud fee, Deepfield's profile can only rise going forward, with his best numbers yet coming from the mares covered at his higher fees. He stands for $80,000 plus GST in 2021 and is set to cover his highest quality book yet in terms of stakes winners and stakes producers. For this, we are very grateful. Extreme Choice is the remarkable story of the 2021 season. With a first foal crop of 48, Extreme Choice has been crowned the champion Australian freshman sire by earnings, having side Group 1 Golden Slipper winner Stay Inside.
But Stay Inside is shot clear inside the 100 metres, and he's going to win it in a romp. Stay Inside 4 lengths clear from the fast finishing NMO, and Stay Inside Tommy Berry wins his 3rd Golden Slipper.
Group 2 winner and Group 1 placed Tiger of Malay, and listed winner Extreme Time from just 15 starters to date. His 2-year-old prize money earnings in excess of $3.2 million is the largest haul ever by an Australian first season sire, and these winnings also have him sitting on top of the Australian 2-year-old championship, ahead of all the household names in our stallion ranks. Extreme Choice is a prepotent young stallion who, given the restricted numbers he can breed, will cover a private book of shareholder mares in 2021. The sleeper of our 2020 roster is well awake now, obviously elite and on fire. Flying Artie's first crop 2-year-olds hit Australian racetracks this season, and boy did he make his mark, a $2 million mark. That is what his first crop has earned this season, enough to have crowned Flying Artie the champion first season sire in 10 of the past 12 seasons. His colts bookended the 5 Group 1 2-year-old races of our season. The freakish talent Artorius was extraordinary in the Blue Diamond before Giannis rounded out his terrific progression with an impressive second in the Group 1 JJ Atkins.
And Artorius is flying at the 50. Artorius pounces, bombs them and wins!
Many of Flying Artie's progeny to race to date, including his 10 first crop winners, scream, "Wait until you see me next year." His progeny have the scope and size to be bigger and better performed 3-year-olds. We purposefully kept Flying Artie's service fee down in 2021 to bank another quality book for our young Group 1 winning and Group 1 producing sire. His fee is attractively set at $30,000 plus GST, and we are really excited about the next 12 to 18 months for Flying Artie. Last year, he was our sleeper. This year, he is our young gun on the rise. Get on board, but only if you're not afraid of heights. The Ferrari. This is Minari. This monster of a racehorse retired to Newgate 3 seasons ago and was booked out within hours on the back of his freakish racetrack talent. The big-framed, big-actioned elite equine athlete unfortunately proved subfertile, and as a result, he has achieved an average of 20 pregnancies in each of his 3 years at stud. While initially there was some doom and gloom, enter Extreme Choice, enter Night of Thunder. Both over the past 2 seasons, despite limited numbers, have built strong stallion profiles from similar positions to Minari, and both have proved that numbers are not everything if you're good enough. What's more, covering a limited book, Minari's fertility rate increased to 70% last season, his best yet, and a strike rate that will give every breeder confidence to use his services going forward. Minari's yearlings sold incredibly well, averaging $110,000 all told, and finding their way into the leading homes such as Anthony and Sam Friedman, Waterhouse Bott, Ma Eustace, Ryan Alexiou, Gary Portelli, Paul Perry, Les Kelly. The stage is set. One good first crop 2-year-old, and the scarcity value of a 2021 Minari pregnancy is significant and well and truly worth more than its traded fee this season of $10,000 plus GST. Last year we labelled Capitalist as the one to watch, no excuses. In 2021, please let us point you in the direction of Russian Revolution. No stallion in Newgate history has been afforded the opportunity that Russian Revolution has. Though he retired at the same fee as Capitalist, Russian Revolution, our multiple Group 1 winning sprinter with the big stallion's pedigree, covered more stakes winning and stakes producing mares than any other stallion that has ever been on the Newgate roster. The next best starts by the same measures were afforded to Capitalist and Deep Field, who now head our roster in terms of the service fees they command. This kind of opportunity shines through. The market gets it right. It is interesting to note that Russian Revolution has 66 yearlings entered in the first round of Golden Slipper nominations. That's 17 or 35% more than his nearest first season sire rival. His top first crop yearlings by price are set to be trained by those trainers who identified and conditioned the best racehorses by Russian Revolution sire Snitzel. Peter and Paul Snowden will train 5. Gerald Ryan and Sterling Alexiou 6. Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott 7. The next 12 months will be an exceptionally exciting time for Russian Revolution, his shareholders and his supporters. You can access him currently for $40,000 plus GST for the 2021 season. And Newgate's history says you should strongly consider sending him a mare if you are not doing so already. Tassolt enters his second season at Newgate in 2021 on the back of strong support in his first season, where he covered 137 mares. Great numbers, better quality. He covered the dams of the following 2-year-old stakes winners this season: Halal, Najmati, Lightsaber, Enthar, Wow. Tassolt, the colt with the memorable 2-year-old debut win, which shot him straight to the top of the Golden Slipper charts, has captured the hearts and minds of breeders, so much so that he is set to cover more mares in his second season than he did in his first. That rarely happens. Tassolt has the pedigree to be anything at stud. It is Group 1 winners top to bottom, and Tassolt's speed ratings suggest he was one of them, and as precocious as any of them. Remember, he was a pre-Christmas 2-year-old. He's covered sharp mares, and second crop yearlings benefit most from any early 2-year-old success for Tassolt. 2021 is a great year to breed a Tassolt at his fee of $10,000 plus GST. 6 starts, 5 wins and 2 track records on the racetrack, and now 12 first crop winners as a sire, winning Rupert is as hot in the barn as he was on the track. Amongst the winners there has importantly been some real quality, with the trainers of Ranveer, Rupert, It's a Ray Day, Ton of Grit, Bel Sonoro and High, all holding black type aspirations for these rising 3-year-olds. With good books to follow and many more of his first crop still to hit the track, we can expect the momentum around winning Rupert to continue to build over the next 12 months. He has been extremely popular in 2021 and is set to cover a full book at his advertised fee of $10,000 plus GST.